Hello everybody, this is Doomtest. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dim Vision Hardcore Necromancer budget build. Yeah, that's a long title for the build, but that is what I came up with. So, for a lot of people, hardcore is probably a bit daunting. I would imagine I would think that myself as well if I was gonna try it out. And today we are actually going to be doing that. So I had this idea beforehand that I made the Necro Summoner build about 7-8 months ago or something like that. Feel free to check that one out. It did not as good as I would have liked to, but I nearly got it done in the video. Anywho, today we're going to be taking a look at a really budget version of that one. So it's a standard summoner but with a twist. All the gear you see now are definitely very budget. But to help it out actually perform well on hardcore, we are going to be doing Amplify plus Dim Vision combination of those two to help on survival. So for people who might not know what Dim Vision is, cause well, maybe they also kind of play like myself where they have much better gear, this is what Dim Vision is. So much fun. I can actually see myself get pretty far on hardcore if I was gonna take it seriously, grind up the gear on Nightmare or normal mode. As you can see, most of the gear here are exceptional drops, they're not elite. I would believe that most of these items are easily found on, say, Nightmare Mephisto. So if I was able to get to like Nightmare Mephisto, have a bit of fun, maybe grind 10-20 hours on Nightmare, I would probably be able to get all this gear and then move on to Hell, which is obviously a completely new game compared to those two previous difficulties. Because yeah, just look at the resistance. I'm gonna be carried a lot by the Mercy Chant. I feel like it's pretty strong, but again, Bone Hue with 2 Shale Runes. It's about as budget as I would feel comfortable with in Hell. So we are going to be seeing if either it's gonna be the summons or the Mercy Chant that's just gonna wreak Hell. Anywho, we of course cannot stack auras, so amplify damage and dim vision cannot stack, but that's not really a problem because say I'm running into a pack and I'm getting overwhelmed, you have to remember that I'm probably gonna be like 6 to 8 shots, I would believe that. I could just pop dim vision, maybe drink a potion, reposition myself, kinda run away, whatever. And then when I feel safe and my Mercy Chant started tanking or even a Clay Golem, I can then pop amplify damage. I think this combination is also very good for people who again want to try out hardcore but have maybe really done it before, because again it is actually pretty hard, especially if you're playing self-found offline for whatever reason. So just before we move into the gameplay, starting in Act 2, so it isn't too hard, I'm just gonna quickly show the build. Obviously we're maxing Skeleton Mastery and Raise Skeleton. Those are kind of the premier choices for summon. And then I took rest of the remaining points into Summon Resist, Golem Mastery, Clay Golem, etc. And then I have just, the synergy for Bone Armor, just 1 point into Bone Wall. And then I took 20 points into Corpse Explosion because I feel like 9 radius is enough. And curses. I could have gone with a life tap or even considered others curses, but I feel like if I'm juggling 2 curses already all the time, I can't really fit in a 3rd curse, so there was really no point to it. Anywho, as you can see, I have however put many points into Dim Vision, and it's again, I had nothing really else to spend the skills on, and it's just nice having that safety of Dim Vision, because you can just see the difference now, with this being 4.6 yards. And this one being at 11.2 or 15.3 even. So this is dim vision, it pretty much covers the entire screen. And then amplify damage is a lot smaller, so you need to aim amplify damage a lot more. Anywho, I think we can just quickly get on with the gameplay here for Act 2, so you can kind of just see. So this is an example. I run into a pack that's charging toward me really fast, I'm getting scared, dim vision, no problem. And then suddenly I have few corpses lying on the ground, I can get my first 3 summons up. I always prioritize the revives, I don't know if they're much better, but I kinda like getting those up first. And then I can kinda just move on from there, getting the pack up so I at least have a few summons out and whatnot. So, dangerous pack, dangerous pack. What the hell am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do? Yeah, I think you kinda get the point. Okay, so beforehand I was talking about curses that can't stack, and you can actually kinda, use two curses at the same time. So say you're being attacked by, say, Oblivion Knight, you can go and dim vision one pack, and then pop amplify damage on another one. And you can see that the two curses stacks together. It's actually kinda useful for logging down ranged and whatnot. I think that's kind of the normal potential for dim vision for a lot of people. But yeah, as soon as my 10 skeletons up, I started to do quite a bit more damage. Just kinda wanna make sure that all the range now is locked down. And I can perhaps just step back a bit. Waiting for sort of my first, yeah, corpse explosion or something like that. Perhaps do an amplify damage now that the bone wall is up. Oh man, I'm being stun locked into the animation for faster hit recovery so much. Okay, but let's try to get up to the first couple of seals and see how it performs. I went and got a few more summons at the back of the area, so do have quite a large army up now, so that's always nice. Just want to get a few more skeletons and we can start doing more corpse explosions and whatnot. Yeah, let's just try to mix in a few corpse explosions now and have a bit of fun with that. Just spam amplify. Should be fine. Yeah, couple of spirit thingies, not too bad. God, I love corpse explosion. It's amazing. It doesn't rely on gear or anything. It's just always gonna be so good. Honestly, it's hard to imagine a build that's gonna perform better than this one for hardcore when we are talking that really low budget gear. But yeah, I need to get some skeleton mages up now. The mages just die so easily when you haven't put many points into them. It's really stupid. I had these skeletons up for quite a while and they still had not died. But you see that one corpse explosion and like 6 of them die. It's just so cool to see. Really like that. And this map is pretty easy, I have to say. Sometimes it's just really RNG on this Chaos Run map. Let's try to get a few revives up. There you go. So, I can only get up 5 skeleton mages and 5 revives. That is probably a little... Yeah, it's not the best amount, but if you didn't want, a stronger overall skeletons, or for whatever reason worse summons such as a golem, you could just get more revives and stuff. But like, I feel like the skeletons are just carrying me. Of course, the Mercy Chant is also very good for getting that first, corpse explosion going or whatever. But yeah, the skeleton mages, or the skeletons, just very good. So let's just get a few summons up so we have full army for the next pack here. And let's go have some fun and... Okay, it's already up. Let's just get it locked down with dim vision so they can kind of gather around nicely. The whole army is nearly there, but Mercy Chant is a bit in the back, but it's okay I suppose. So let's break dim vision and see how it performs. Just gonna spam amplify damage on everything. Yeah, boom, boom. It's so good to see. Honestly, even if you are not really experienced in playing hardcore, I think this build has a lot of potential. But I suppose that's also why a lot of people keep saying on ladder reset and whatnot that this is the premier build to kinda go with when you're really low geared. Okay, let's pop the next seal. Maybe be a bit aggressive with it. So let's see how it can perform on Diablo with a nicely prepared army. So ideally, if you were gonna engage a boss on hardcore, this would have been a prepared army you would go before. And you can see the skeleton mages already died from the 2 waves of fire. But yeah, as you can see here, Diablo is dying, it doesn't go fast. I am however dying. Yeah, I need more life potions in my build. It only has 3 rows. But yeah, as you can see, with that prepared army you can even manage to do bosses not fast, but it's gonna die, and that's the whole point of hardcore, you know. As long as you do it, then that is pretty much the game. Nice to see that only loss of 3 skeletons. Yeah, only 3 skeletons died on the pool. And we can just, oh, a char, that's always fun. You can just quickly check out the bone wand if you want to see that one. Always kind of fun to see loot regardless. It causes monster to flee 100%. Yeah, that's gonna help if I'm going really on hardcore. But yeah, this was pretty much my idea for the, budget hardcore build that I thought would perform the best. I would love to know if you think that you have like a better build for, really, yeah, low budget hardcore ladder reset, some sort of idea for that. I definitely think this is one of the best, if not the best, when you really don't have any gear at all. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a good one.